Is owning a motorcycle worth it? Obviously, I think so, because I bought one and ride it nearly every day. And you probably think so too, otherwise you wouldn't be looking into it. So let's talk about it. First, let's look at the financial side. It'll probably be easier if we divide this into two categories: one-time costs and recurring costs. For one-time costs, we've got the obvious: cost of the bike, which is almost always cheaper than cars, cost of your first set of gear, cost of your MSF course, yes, you should take it, and the cost of tools. You need a small set at minimum. If you're planning on doing your own maintenance, you're going to need more. Now for recurring costs, there's not nearly as much to cover. It's basically the cost of insurance and the cost of upkeep, which is your gas, fluids, tires, and other consumables. The tricky part that I left out is mods and gear. Motorcycle gear is expensive as hell. I thought I had done a good job of picking out my first set of gear until Texas got a freak blizzard and my textile jacket let the wind blast through my body into my soul. I got a real leather jacket after that and learned how to layer. Then of course, there's all the mods. You've got everything from cosmetic mods to comfort mods, utilitarian mods like saddlebags, and everything from slip-on exhaust to full Stage 4 performance kits. Most of these things aren't cheap, and it's hard to just upgrade one thing on your bike and not find something else to modify next. At the end of this section though, the most obvious point is that motorcycles are cheaper than cars in almost every way. Insurance rates might be high if you're a younger person on a super bike, but for example, for me, full coverage is like $60 a month, which is way less than insuring my truck with full coverage. Top of the line cruisers, brand new, are I think like in the 40s, which is less than any top of the line luxury car. And of course, all the things I said about mods apply just as much, if not more, to four-wheeled vehicles. The next thing to tackle is practicality. If you live in the north, you get nasty, frozen sky water called snow every winter, which is just vile to me as a concept. Y'all are automatically limited in how many months you can ride by that. If you're blessed, like I am, to live in Texas, you can ride all year long if you want. But wherever you are, you'll always be exposed to the elements. Whether that's a Texas in July summer sun or a thunderstorm, you're gonna be in it. The right gear can make a bit of difference, but it can't come close to actual climate control, a roof, and windows. You're also limited in storage capacity. I have a backpack I wear that has my camera gear and a tripod, but I can't fit my Whataburger in it. Now, if you're on a bagger or an ADV, you'll definitely have enough room for a quick grocery store run. I've seen people online absolutely max out their capacity, but even then, it'll always be less than a car can handle. You'll have to get used to traveling light if you ride your bike a lot. But on the flip side, it does make running errands way more enjoyable. Then of course, there's the social side of things. Motorcycles are definitely conversation starters. You'll get everything from the old man at the gas station telling you about the UJM he had back in the 70s, to coworkers telling you a story about how their cousin knew a guy who worked with another dude who died on a bike. People will not hesitate to give you whatever motorcycle-related opinion bubbles up in their cesspool of a mind. So you should definitely be ready for that and develop thick skin. I mean, most people who have ridden motorcycles are still here and still in possession of their limbs. Like, yes, it's dangerous, but it's not an automatic death sentence. And the last big point that I want to bring up is you will always be a member of the objectively coolest group of people on Earth. I still smile a little when I pass another rider and we give the salute. There's a real sense of community and care among motorcycle riders. If you're on the side of the road and another rider sees you, they'll likely stop if they can and help. riding with a group of good friends is also unlike anything else. There's an energy over and beyond the regular joy of riding that is just dope as hell. So, in conclusion, let's look at our pros and cons. For the pros, we've got bikes are fun, cheaper than cars, great community, and you'll look cool as hell unless you ride an ADV. Just kidding. Don't hate me. Now for your cons, they're unpractical. You'll probably spend money on mods and upgrades because you can do most of them yourself and it's hard to stop once you get started. You may get injured or die, and people will always have something negative to say.